So here I give it. So we start with listening of Ielts, but before that, let me ask each of you to introduce yourself. So we get to know each other. Let's start with Said Ahmed. I think you are the youngest member in this group.
Thank you. I'm Said. I'm from Sylhet, and I just passed HEC. So now I'm preparing for IELTS.
Good, youngest member from Sylhet. Abid.
Hi, this is Abid from Dhaka. I'm working in a private company, and I'm preparing IELTS for GT especially.
GT, okay. So you're a working professional, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ataur, you are an old member, so but I would like you to introduce yourself because other people don't know. Ataur. Ataur is always on the way during the class time.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. I'm still at office, by the way, today. I'm not on the road,
All
luckily.
Right.
I'm Ataur Rahman, and I'm working in a bank right now. I've been working since 2018, and it's almost 3 years now. I work as a junior officer. I live in Dhaka, at Dhanmondi, and I've been continuing this course for, I think it has been 6 months. Sorry for that. And thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah, but you're going to get a very good score. I think you're stuck due to COVID, right? You already registered.
Yeah.
Okay, going over to Ms. Dipanita Majumdar.
Good evening. I am Dipanita. I am a housewife and I live in Dhaka.
All right. Next in line is Hassanul Khan. Hassanul Banna.
Assalamu alaikum all. My name is Hassanul Banna Khan. I'm working in a private company in Bangladesh. Previously, I have done my PTE from through Wasibhai, and I came to know Wasibhai since 2016.
Been a long
and
time.
I have rejoined classes, 5 years almost.
So you can also share your
classes,
experience, like what score you got.
I scored 90 in my speaking, that's the full marks, and I scored maybe 78 in my reading, and I did bad in my in my writing, I guess. It's 68.
68 was still 7 plus.
So my total overall score was 73.4, something like this.
Okay.
I can't recall. It's actually back in 2017-18. I did my I have appeared for my PTA exam. So right at this moment, I came back from Australia and I got stuck in Bangladesh for the last 1.5 years. But unfortunately, I'm losing my visas, so that's why I'm planning to migrate to some other country. So under that intention, I'm planning to go for my IELTS exam.
Okay, for those who don't know about PTE scored out of 90, and 73 is equivalent standard of 7.5 in IELTS. So he did pretty good in IELTS, PTE. Hopefully you're going to do good in IELTS as well. So your spouse has also joined. I think did we talk to her already? No.
Yes, I am Tashfia Siddiqui. Currently, I'm working as a teacher in Mastermind School. And yes, I live in Dhanmondi, Dhaka.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next is Mahfuzur Rahman.
Good evening. I am Mahfuzur Rahman. I live in Dhaka and I am doing IELTS from Wasibhai.
Okay. Oh, so you're a student as well, right?
Yeah, I am a student in honors first year.
All right, then Miss Sadia Gulshan. Ms. Sadia, can you hear me? Your mic is mute. Could you please unmute your mic?
Okay, fine. Okay, sorry. Okay. Also, sorry, that's my son.
That's fine.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Sadia. I live in Dhaka, Dhanmondi. I used to work in school. I have worked with lots of schools previously, and right now I'm a full-fledged housewife. Kids of 3, and I would like to pursue my further career maybe outside Bangladesh, maybe someday, or migrate into Canada. So that's why I have taken the IELTS class.
All right.
Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity, Wasifai.
Thank you. Manjur?
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourself quickly because we have lots of new members today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Manjur and I'm from Sylhet. I'm just completed my BSS on National University and now I'm preparing for IELTS. That's it.
Thank you. Now, who's left? SK Al Imran. Okay, SK Al Imran, I can't hear you. Oh, your mic is mute, so I'll come back to you. Ms. Sumaya, please introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sumaya Rahman. I'm living in Dhaka. I completed my study LLB at 2018 at Stanford University. Now I am starting IELTS and doing IELTS for going abroad, maybe in Canada. That's why I'm joining this class. Thank you.
All right, great. Keeping video on is optional, so it's up to you to keep your video on or off.
Okay, thank
so
you.
do we have anyone else? SK Al Imran, but your mic is mute. I can't hear you. So unmute Corday, you can introduce yourself later. So all of you are requested to keep your mic mute because I'm going to start the main part of the session now, starting with listening today of IELTS. And I'm definitely going to start with some basics of listening, keeping in mind that some of you don't have any idea about the structure and format of IELTS listening, while some of you do have some ideas. However, I'm going to start from the scratch. Let me just show you something. Give me 1 minute. Okay. So for listening, we have 4 sections. Nowadays, they're called sections, but it's same as parts. We can also call them parts, part 1, 2, 3. Although I wrote part 1, 2, 3, and 4 by mistake, it should be part 4 or section 1, 2, 3, 4. They are the same thing, but you have 4 sections in listening. And each time you finish a section, the next one is getting tougher for you. So the section number 1 or part number 1 is the easiest section. And in part number 1, you basically get easy conversations between 2 people. And they talk about simple stuff regarding your daily life. For example, reporting to police station for theft items, filling up forms to move to a house, or say check in a hotel, and similar stuff. So these are quite basic listening stuff. So if you have some at least moderate level of listening skill, you should be able to complete all the 10 questions. Each section has 10 questions, all of them correctly in part 1. And you should be able to do all of them correctly, especially in part 1, because they are the easiest parts. Then comes the section 2. And here you hear a talk or lecture by one speaker on a general topic. So the topic may be a bus tour to a place, and maybe information about bus services, or say public event, or any kind of service like library service, And types of questions are usually MCQs, fill in the blanks, matching statement. But part 1, 2, 3 types অনেকটা অনেক সময় overlap করতে পারে। But in section 1, most of the time they give short table, filling up forms types of questions. Part 2, 3 they mix up like MCQs, fill in the blanks, matching statement. I'm going to show you every single type separately with explanations. I'm just going to give you a brief about the overall format of the test now. Part 3, or section 3. You get a conversation between 2 to 4 people. It might be 2, 3, or 4 speakers in the audio. And they will be talking about some educational training stuff. It will be in the training or education context or similar context, like seminar, conference stuff. And again, types of questions are MCQs, fill in the gaps, map, maybe there as well. And section 4 is the toughest. Any candidate who has taken the test will say yes. Section 4 is the toughest. I hope you guys know that I scored 8 in IELTS 12 years back, and I scored 8.5 in speaking. That was the highest. 8 in listening, and the other 2 were 7.5. So that was an excellent score as a fresh graduate back in 2009 when I just graduated from NSU. So I remember for listening, I found up to part 3 it was rather, I mean, I didn't even budge because I felt I did almost all the questions correct. But things went wrong in section number 4 because I probably missed 2 or 3 or 4 questions. Basically that changed the whole thing, and I ended up getting 8 in listening. That was good as well, but I could have got even 8.5 or 9 had I not made a mistake in section 4. Why is it toughest? There will be a speaker giving a lecture continuously without stoppage. মাঝে মাঝে শুধু বলবে well, or they will take a few seconds, maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds, pause, then they move to another lecture. But it is a single lecture basically. So এই জন্যই এটা হচ্ছে toughest, section 4. At a stretch কথা বলা যাবে, and you have to cover from 31 to 40 almost at a stretch. মাঝখানে just কয়েক সেকেন্ডের একটু silence থাকতে পারে। So this is the overall format of the test. Does anybody have any question on the format I have discussed so far? You can ask me question anytime, as many times as you want. If you have any confusions, right? A handout to Pabinapara on listening. Another handout. Let me know if you have any questions, because we are going to move to the detailed information now. And the way I conduct this listening part is I talk about the types of questions, then their techniques, like how you can do better, the approach, tricks, and tips. Then we start doing the demonstration, the real listening stuff. So lots of discussion is coming. So if there is no question on this part, the overall format of the listening, let's talk about the type of the question. Or what I can do, I can also talk about one type of question and play one type to help you understand what it is like. So there are form, short note, table, flow chart, summary, completion type. And what is a form? It initially থাকে in section 1. They give you a short form with name, address, phone number, depending on the context of the speech. Suppose if somebody goes to a police station and reports a theft, for example, that person's TV has been stolen. So there will be information like name of the person, address, phone number, and stolen item, color, shape, size, brand, এরকম থাকবে. So these are basic information for section 1. সেটা আবার নোট হিসেবে থাকতে পারে, but basically form হিসেবেই থাকে, or short table হিসেবে থাকতে পারে, like ছোট ছোট কিছু ক্যাটাগরি দিবে টেবিলের, ওটা fill up করা. That will be shown to you later. Every item will be shown. আচ্ছা, flow chart type may be there, but এগুলো হচ্ছে সবগুলা, মানে আমি একটা সেকশনের কথা বলছি না, I'm talking about in general. Then multiple choice and so on. So আমরা first what we are going to do is just quickly have a look at these names of the questions, like multiple choice. I hope you can already guess. Ekta question thakbe, some options will be there. So based on the audio, you have to choose the right option. So a handout to provide kora hobe, so it's okay if you forget some information because all the information will be there. Matching ta ki hoite pare, you are required to match a numbered list of items from what you hear in the listening audio to a set of options on the question page. So to set the set of options may be criteria of some kind. Now, let me show you the samples first of each type. I think that will be better. 1 minute. Okay, like look at this. Fill in the gaps, note completion. So it does section 1 e thakte pare erokom. Note completion means topic ta likha thakbe upore, phone call about second hand furniture. So as you know, even amader Bangladesh there are some pages which sell second hand furniture. So it's something like that. There is a call about second hand furniture. So there will be gaps like dining table er kotha bolbe, shape ta ki bolche, you have to understand and write. Dash old, kotota old oikhane eta information dibe. Set of dash chairs, what type of chairs, black, white, blue, ba dining chairs, blah blah blah. Eta hocche fill in the gaps, note completion type. আমি আগে টাইপ গুলো একটু practically দেখাচ্ছি। Then fill in the gaps, short answer. Short answer টা কিরকম থাকে? List 3 types of stuff that specific clothing want to recruit at present. এখানে there will be an audio about specific clothing and they want to recruit some people and they will talk about the type of people they want to recruit. 3 types of people they are going to recruit. So it is just in any order you can write 1 to 3. So that is fill in the gaps, short answer type. Then you have MCQ type. As you can see, question and some options will be there. You have MCQ multiple answer types. There will be a question and multiple options. Tar mane more than one answer will be correct. Likhe dibe jemon which 3 things does the guide to the library have information about? 3 things the guide will talk about the library. So ওই 3টা জিনিস যেটা বলেছে information available আছে guide ওইটা just click করতে হবে। মানে computer based যদি হয় click, if it is paper based, so you have to write a letter or tick or do something like that, or write the word. Then this is called matching. Screenshot gula কিন্তু computer based test নেওয়া। So computer based একটু flexibility আছে. For example, the word options are given on the right and the gaps are given on the left, so you can just drag them to the gaps. You don't have to write anything. And for paper based, the boxes will be open and you have to write the words in the gaps, but the word options on the right side will be there, or upor niche thakbe. Basically upor niche thake paper based. You just have to write the answers. Computer based you have to drag, so it is more convenient. Side by side thake. Matching, this is called matching type. Map type is there. There comes street directions thakbe or ABCD thakbe, which one is which, এভাবে according to the numbers in questions আমাকে pair করতে হবে। যেমন নিচে দেওয়া হচ্ছে quill shop, handicrafts, museum, school. So where the quill shop is, এটা ABCDEFGH letters গুলো এখানে দেওয়া, you have to understand. আমি কিন্তু এখন brief যাচ্ছি by giving an overview. We will go back.
One is hardest part on my way.
Acha, okay. So, but I'm telling you that I'm just giving a quick overview now. Then we will go back and go one by one with lots of details. And definitely we are not going to finish listening and all these items in one class. I'm just full question type overview. So I think these are the types of listening questions. So what we are going to do now, we're going to go by the sequence of these tasks, and I'm going to give you some interesting tips and tricks by which you can answer those questions better, because these are required. Even if you're good in listening, some tips and tricks will be required. Okay. Let's talk about the first trick I usually discuss in my class for listening, that it's a game of synonyms and alternative terms or sentences. So when you do listening, you have to keep in mind that everything you hear in the audio is a copy, different copy of what you see in the questions. What does it mean? It means, suppose একটা fill in the blanks sentence যদি লেখা থাকে, let me give one example by writing something here. For example, suppose in one question, there is a fill in the blank question and it says, you just have to write the number like 10, 20, 30, option dibe na, but I'm just saying because the question says total number of participants in the houses. So you just have to write a digit or TEN, 10 jodi hoy, spelling kore likha jabe. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm saying it's a game of synonyms or alternative sentences. আমি বলেছি যে in the audio, whatever the speaker says, it's a copy, different style copy of what is written here. মানেটা কি? মানে হচ্ছে যে when you expect to hear the answer for this sentence or for this question, don't expect, never expect that the speaker is going to say the total number of participants in this house is, মানে এটা impossible. They're not going to say copy the sentence. Then what happens? How can I understand what he is saying? Or when he is saying this? You can only understand by taking important keywords from the sentence and expecting synonyms. For example, number, participants, house. So they will either change the style of the sentence, definitely, or definitely they are going to use some different words. একটা দুইটা word match করতে পারে, especially word কখন match করে audio আর script এর সাথে, abstract nouns, কারো নাম, কোনো ভাষার নাম, কোনো জায়গা বা দেশের নাম, এগুলো চেঞ্জ হয় না because এগুলো তো synonym হয় না। But যেগুলো synonym হয়, most of the time, 99% cases they will change it. So এটা যেমন speaker বলতে পারে যে we have a total of 23 residents in this apartment, house na likhable apartment. Right? So residents are definitely, I'm sorry, I wanted to write occupants here, not participants, occupants. The total number of occupants in the house is this. So directly the total number of occupants in the house is, eta kokkhonoi bolbe na, don't expect that. So you just have to wait to hear synonym, one or two synonyms. Like you have to immediately think about occupants mane residents hote pare, or people living in the house hote pare. So they will change some words. And number now bolte pare, we have a total of 23 residents in this apartment. If that means that what it means and refers to the house. So is this point clear?
Yes.
Acha, kono question বা confusion থাকলে আমাকে ask করবেন. Let me first stop the recording.